Hey, welcome to Dynasty Pros, the place to be in the know. And if you are a Dynasty Pro, you need to know this player. We are welcoming in Dylan Laube, New Hampshire running back. Dylan, how's it going tonight?
It's going good, man. I'm feeling good. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
No problem. You have been the pre-draft wonderkin, it seems. Like you are Reese's Senior Bowl, like hype train going. You blew people away there. You're just climbing, coming from a small school. Not a lot of people knew you. Like you are the it guy right now. You're climbing up draft boards. I'm excited to meet you next week at the combine, and then I'm excited to see where you go in the draft. Maybe I'll have to get me a Dylan Laube jersey once you get drafted up here.
Of course, man. Of course, man. Let's do that.
So let's talk about it. Where does this love of sports come from? You play football. You used to play lacrosse. Like, where does that come from? What's your earliest memory of watching sports or being a sports fan?
Yeah, so I think it kind of started with my dad. My dad and mom, who are both athletes themselves. My dad played college in Massachusetts. He never went to college, but he played hockey in Boston. My mom played in a small basketball school for college in Manhattan. And once when we were young, actually when I was 5, my dad was a coach for my older brother's team, which the league started. It was like the ages like 6 through 8. And he wanted me playing when I was 5. So he kind of forced me into it. And I kind of just, from that point on, man, I loved it ever since, man. It was definitely a fun way to kind of introduce me to football because I was playing with Giants because I was 5 and they were 8. So I was like, oh my God, these guys are so big. But you know what? I enjoyed it and kind of built me kind of the way that I am now. So
that's great. I mean, you're a Long Island kid, right? New England, New Hampshire. You played lacrosse for a little while, and I've heard you say that wasn't necessarily like your passion, but all your friends were playing. But do you think there's any lacrosse skills that you took from lacrosse that have now helped you in your football career?
Yes, 100%. I think hand-eye and the speed of the game is so fast where kind of my quick reaction, and also once again, like me being such a high priority receiving back, I think that comes from my lacrosse skills in a sense of me trying to catch the ball fast, shoot it quick, and such a small object to catch. And I think it's kind of created my way on me seeing the ball well and catching the way that I do. So I think lacrosse, I mean, if you've never played before, you don't really understand, but the speed of the game and the way it's played is so physical. I think it definitely correlates with football so much.
Yeah, I never played lacrosse, but I have friends that coach. I've been to some lacrosse games, and they are just crazy fast, and that the way they just flick the ball and it's flying at speeds, and I can't imagine.
Belichick, he loves the sport. Like he loves the sport. I remember all the interviews that I've seen. Like he goes to a bunch of games, and so he loves lacrosse, guys. So, and I know like if like just watch the sport, man, it's so fun to watch.
It is. So on your journey from high school to college to now in this draft process, what's been the biggest obstacle you've had to overcome to get to where you are?
Yeah, man, I think it's that kind of that small town kind of stigma and that New York stigma of football isn't that good. And I've kind of always been that small white running back that everyone's kind of overlooked in a sense. And I've kind of had to earn every single thing that I've gotten so far. From high school, I had to earn my starting spot. It was not given to me. The recruiting process, I got sick, and I couldn't really go to a bunch of junior days. I lost a bunch of weight. So once again, I missed a lot of schools and opportunities there. But kind of when I got my first offer, which was ultimately my only offer to UNH, I kind of took it and ran with it. And once again, like I had to earn my way through special teams and then become a third down back. And then I became the actual first and second and third down back. So once again, I've always had to go up that hill and kind of work my butt off every single day. And I think it's been kind of, my journey has been that since day one. So once again, I expect nothing else, especially in the NFL. I'm gonna have to work my butt off every single day. So I expect the same there.
Yeah, and that was one of the things I think got noted most from about you at the Reese's Senior Bowl was your work ethic. You were noted as like one of the first people on the field, one of the
Yeah,
last people off. Do you credit like that work ethic from being that New York kid in the small school? Is that where that work ethic kind of came
absolutely.
in?
Yeah, and especially going against those top prospects,
Alabama and Michigan's and
Auburn, Oregon. Like I expected they were gonna see me like, this kid's kind of a small school kid. We're gonna roll right over him. So I kind of wanted to prove to everyone that I truly belong there. And I love that kind of that motto that everyone says, like first one there and last one out. So I kind of wanted to show everyone that's kind of my true staple on the way that I am. So once again, I wanted to show everyone that that's truly me.
awesome. So you're in Fort Myers right now, training for the combine, which is next week. What's it like down there? What's it like compared Fort Myers to New England? Like the weather difference. And have you been anywhere else since the season ended? Have you gotten any time to travel other than Alabama for the Senior Bowl? Have you got to go anywhere else and do anything fun? Travel anywhere around the country?
Well, first of all, it's beautiful here. It's actually hot here, so I'm expecting the winters to be freezing cold, the wind chill. I have 3 coats on in New Hampshire, but now in Florida, I got shorts on. I got a tank top on. I'm feeling good. No, it's beautiful here. So I've been here actually. Once when the season ended, I took a week off, and then I came straight here. And I haven't been really anywhere else besides Alabama. I've kind of just been locked in a sense, and just kind of been focused on that. But yeah, this has really been my only spot. And to be honest, it's beautiful here, so I really don't want to go anywhere else.
I hear you. I was just in San Diego last week, and I'm in Wisconsin. So we went from Wisconsin winter to San Diego weather, and I loved it. So I totally get that.
I love San Diego, though. I love San Diego. It's beautiful there, too.
It was beautiful. So what's on the workout playlist? Like, what's your pump-up music when you're working out?
The funny thing is, like, my music is so sporadic. Like, it depends on the mood. But if you ask anyone, I'll listen to house music, EDM, rock and roll, pop. The one thing that I don't really like to listen to is country music. That's kind of the one that I'm not really into, but depends on the mood, man. I'm kind of that. I like the early 2000s pop, like Akon, Mariah Carey, Shakira, Rihanna, like all like that, kind of like that hip hop style. And to be honest, I like just jamming out. And like, I've never really been big into like that hard, like heavy rock and roll. I've been into like that, just kind of almost in like that Zen mode of just like relaxing and just listening to like songs that I like enjoy listening to.
So it sounds like you're listening to everybody that's been, the past few Super Bowl halftime shows. Maybe that'll all line up for you next year. Who knows?
Right. Yeah, exactly, man. Exactly. That's so funny.
So one question I asked a lot of the players last year at the Combine is, what type of person are teams getting out of you in the locker room and off the field? Because I think we see a lot of guys, we know what you are on the field. We can watch the tape. We can look at the stats and analytics. Like, what are they getting as a person, as a teammate in the locker room and off the field from Dylan Laube?
Yeah. Especially I've been asked it a couple times from scouts, and it's definitely been something that I've been thinking about, man. And I like being true, man. And like I said this before, and it's the biggest thing that I kind of hold myself to. It's just my love for the game. And I've always been like someone that I'll never fake it. So once again, like I love this game so much. Like once again, like I've said it before, like a lot of people have like hobbies outside of football, like go swimming, or they like pickleball, they're like playing like something that's like fun. Like I've only wanted to play this game since I was 5. Like this is what I've done, this is what I've been doing, and this is the only thing that I truly want to do. And so you're gonna get someone that's loyal, that cares for his teammates, that enjoys the game. I'm not there for the money. I'm not there for the fame. I'm there because I want to play and I want to win a Super Bowl. So you're going to get someone that's going to push you. I want people to push me. So once again, it's going to be like give and take thing. So once again, I think it's kind of will correlate to like that love for the game. And I think that's super important, especially in today's game with like college football with the NIL and the loyalty there is kind of gone. And that's kind of why I chose to stay my senior year, was because like I truly believe that team was going to win a national championship, which ultimately we did not. But end of the day, I believe that, and I push my guys every single day, and that's who you're going to get in that locker room. So yeah, that's me.
Yeah, and I think that shows with the fact that you didn't transfer, like you stayed that senior
Yeah.
year. You played special teams. I think at one point you said you played a little defense, you played like gunner and stuff.
Yeah.
Like you're
Yeah.
willing to do whatever. And I think that really shows up a lot. 'Cause I think we're in this realm of college, especially with NIL, like you said, the transfer portal, and even get the pros like free agency. Like people are looking for that paycheck and not necessarily winning. So I think it's great to see that. So we're here with Dylan Laube on Dynasty Pros. Your coach lets you call one play, Dylan. What play are you calling and why?
That's a great question. I think, especially with this year and our team was built, I'm going to call it. So it's going to be base, which is our personnel. So it's me in the slot, but I'm going to start in the backfield. It's base rim, which is 3x1, H leave, which I am the H, 63 angel, which the protection is 63, and Angels the play. So for me, I leave out of the backfield to check the coverage. So we're gonna see if it's man or zone. And once when I set up as number 2, if I see man, it's a hash fade, and I'm just going, and he's just throwing me a dot my QB. If I see it zone, I gotta gain 2 curl. So once again, it's simple, but I think it was our most effective play. And anytime we needed that big play, like against Central Michigan, it was 4th and 8. We called that play, man, and it worked. And that kind of pushed us forward into that close game. So I think that was kind of a very crucial play for us, because it allowed me to see if it was man or zone, and it wasn't just a base, just a hash fade go. It was like, okay, if it's zone, I got that curl. So
I think that's smart. I think that shows a lot of like your coaches relying on you to basically make that read and write it, and not having that communicate between the quarterback. Like the quarterback and this is what it is, and we're gonna go. So I think that's awesome.
And me, of course, started in the backfield too. They weren't sure if I'm going in the slot, if I'm staying in the backfield. So if it was man, I might have a backer on me. So if I go out wide, like who knows if I'm one-on-one with the backer, with the safety. So it kind of puts a lot of teams in a bind. So
yeah, and use that. You got like 4.4 speed, I heard in high school. So you're a fast guy. So you can use that to your advantage.
Come on.
All right, so you're gonna get drafted. I'm gonna say you're a day 2 pick, if not a day 1 pick. You get that first check. What are you buying? Like, what's the one thing you get that check? You're like, I'm buying this, whether that's for you or for your parents or family. Like, what are you buying?
Yeah, I haven't thought about it yet, but you know what? To be honest, I think it's gonna be something for my family. I don't know, which my parents are fortunate enough that they sold their business, so they got like a house. They're well done, like they're well settled. I think I don't know. Maybe I want to buy my parents and my brothers maybe something like nice, maybe like a nice Rolex watch,
okay,
or maybe something nice where like I want to show that I appreciate everything that they have sacrificed, and I kind of want to make it something that they can value a lot. So I haven't thought about it yet, but I think I'm going with like maybe a nice Rolex watch for them. I mean, that would be still a lot of money. Listen, it's still money, but it would be something. It's personal.
I think that's great that you're looking to, show your support, show the appreciation for your family. I think that's a great thing, because I've seen guys like, I'm going to buy a Lamborghini, I'm going to buy, and that's all fine and dandy, but I think that shows a lot about your character.
Thank you.
What's one piece of advice you would give to someone maybe from a smaller school or high school looking to go to, maybe can only get to a smaller school? What's one piece of advice you give them if they're looking to get into the NFL or looking to kind of make their way through this process?
2 things. I'd say first one is put your head down and go. I think a lot of people focus on the future instead of just focusing on the present, and just just work, man. You got your freshman year all the way on, like work, establish yourself on the team, build that team chemistry, work hard, and then establish yourself with your stats and how you play. But also at the end of the day, just win games, man. So if you're good, and here's the second thing, if you're good, they will find you. So don't stress about, hey, like I got to go to a bigger school and do all this stuff. Listen, if you're good, they will find you. And I think that's the biggest thing that we kind of lost once again in that college atmosphere of NIL and all this stuff. Like, dude, if you are a baller, man, they are going to find you. So just enjoy the process, put your head down and just go.
Yeah, and I think the Senior Bowl does a great job of like bringing some of you smaller school guys in. And I think NFL teams are smart. Like they get it. They know they can look outside the big Power 5 schools and find players who are at the level who just are loyal, who stick with where they've gone and, stick where they've gone. We see quarterbacks from Wyoming and South Dakota go. So I think so let's talk fantasy football.
Okay.
Have you ever played fantasy football?
Oh, of course, man. Come on, man. I love fantasy football.
So what's your preferred format? Do you like redraft, dynasty? What's your flavor?
I've always done redraft. But my brother has done a dynasty league and he loves it. He loves it. So I haven't done it yet, in which I'm probably not going to. But yeah. So I'm more of a redraft guy, but I mean I love fantasy.
So talk to the fantasy owners that are watching this. Why should they draft you next year in the rookie drafts?
Listen, I know as a fantasy guy, like the best type of running backs are those receiving backs and those versatile backs. So once again, if you want someone that's going to get you a lot of points from receptions to receiving yards to rushing yards, man, I think I'm your guy. So once again, if you want that dual threat, man, I'm telling you, pick me. I promise, man, I won't disappoint.
I love it. All right, let's go through some quick hitters. I'm going to throw some quick questions. Just give me the first thing that comes to mind. What's your favorite cheap meal or candy?
Ice cream. I love cookie dough ice cream.
Cookie dough ice cream. Okay. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
Die Hard a Christmas movie? No.
Okay.
No way. No way.
I totally agree with you on that.
That's crazy.
What's your favorite TV show?
Ooh, Sopranos.
Sopranos. Okay, getting that New York 5. I get it.
Come on, man. Come on.
I like it. Vacation. You prefer the beach or the mountains?
Beach.
All right, I can get down with that. I like the beach. It's sometimes it's too hot.
I've been in the cold and the mountains for way too long. Okay, for half a decade now. I kind of want to just go on the beach, relax, enjoy my time in the sand.
All right, where do you see yourself if you weren't playing football? What would you be doing?
So I got my degree in physical education. So I've always liked inspiring people and teaching people. I could see myself as a coach. I don't know if at the college level because it is a crazy job. But I think I could see myself going back to my old high school, coaching there, teaching there. Maybe a speed trainer, a lifting coach. So someone that's kind of involved in what I do and what I do now. So once again, I've always wanted to kind of be in that same environment. So I don't really want to leave it. So I think I would kind of stay in this same thing.
Yeah, that works. All right. So it's draft night. You're having a party at the Laube house. What's on the menu?
I am, first of all, so much ice cream because I've been craving ice cream. I haven't had it in months. So I want mountains of ice cream. I'm telling my parents, get me ice cream. I want sliders. I want ribs. I want so much dessert. I want cheesecakes. I want everything. I want it to be a sloppy meal. I want it to be everything that I've missed out on these past couple months and just eat so much food and feel so fat.
I hear you, man. That sounds like I'm hopping on a plane to New Hampshire during the draft.
Yeah.
All right. Every year at the draft, every year at the draft, there's always somebody, not a player, that kind of steals the show. Who's more likely to steal the show at your draft party? Your mom, your dad, your brothers? Who's most likely to have that over-the-top reaction and kind of be the meme, if you will?
I'm gonna have to go with my dad because
what I
he
think.
looks like Vin Diesel. And so I think if he stands up and gets all excited, everyone's gonna be like, "Who is this guy? This is actually Vin Diesel." Like they're gonna be like, "What the hell is going on?" So I think he could steal the show just with his looks because once again, he hates the attention, but somehow he always gets the camera on him. So it's kind of so funny.
All right, there you go. So that is Dylan Laube, running back from New Hampshire, going to the draft. He'll be at the Combine next week. We expect him to blow it up out there just like he did at the Senior Bowl. Dylan, anything else you want to share with the audience before you get out of here?
No, man. I just want to say thanks for having me, man. I appreciate it. And I'll see you next week.
I'll see you next week. I appreciate it. This has been Dynasty Pros, the place to be in the know, and we now know Dylan Laube a little bit better. Thanks for coming on, and we'll see you guys next time.